After you have the toolkit installed, the next thing you need to do is to install two of the new applications to use if you need to. So in the toolkit you'll see currently I only have the standard applications that come with the toolkit, and I need to add the new ones. So in order to install those two applications, you need to go to the Exchange, exchange.smarttic.com, and in the search box, if you just type in image reveal, I guess you have to do it as two separate words, and if you click under Smart Table Applications, you'll see image reveal. So download that, and then also type in narrow it down. And that's the second application there. Again, download that. Once you have both of those on your desktop, just quit the table toolkit, and to install them just double click. Well, actually, by double clicking it will actually open the table toolkit, and then you'll see at the bottom there your application is added. So that's image reveal. Close again and add narrow it down. And then just check narrow it down was also added. Yep, so they're both the applications added. So I'll just go through each of the applications and explain how they actually work, and how the application is designed to be used with content. Okay, so this video I'm just going to give a brief overview of what each application does, and then there'll be separate videos regarding customizing each application individually. So you'll see, excuse me, in using the toolkit, if you check the box on the left hand side, then it actually adds the application onto the home page and gives you a tab along the top where the application is being used. So we'll quickly go through and look at each one of them. Addition Plus is the application where you ask questions and the answers are always numbers. So if I preview this, you'll see how it works. So the questions come up and the answer is set. So here we're asking how many red balloons, and if you count there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So the students then throw the blocks onto the screen. Actually, I guess there's more than 11. There's maybe 12. When they get the answer right, obviously comes up and moves on to the next question. So it's all about the students looking at the questions there, with an image sometimes there as well, and then as a group they need to work out what the answer is by dragging these blocks. Now there isn't just blocks, you can have coins as well, so there's all different types of money that you can look at instead of blocks as a way of getting that number across. So that's basically Addition Plus. It's questions here, and there's a question list on the left. You type the question, you add an image if you want, set the answer, and then choose what kind of unit you want to actually use. Addition is a perpetual activity where it will generate its own addition and subtraction questions based on how many users are set. So you can't do anything to this activity apart from add a background image and choose whether you want the result, the actual item that's used, to be blocks or fingers. So if I preview this, you'll see that it just randomly generates a question. Now this one's set to fingers, so I won't actually be able to do it on my preview, but on the table the students would have to put a combination of 27 touch points onto the table and hold it in order for it to give the right answer, and then move on to the next question. Hot spaces. This activity is just like it says. The title hot spaces, where you set regions on an image and you drag items into that image to actually into that region to give the right answer or not. So I'll preview this. So here, this is the starting point. The students obviously, they have to drag the letters and the images into the same starting sounds. So R for robot goes in where rake goes, and if they're right, the circle will start spinning. If they add something that's wrong, it will stop spinning. So A is for anchor, so that goes into apple. Same with that. And then once you've completed the activity, I'll just finish this up. D for duck, D for door, B for book, D for door, R for robot. Come up gives you some feedback, and then it'll move on to the next activity. And you can set the kinds of hot space, whether it's a freehand drawn area or a rectangle or a circle. Hotspots is similar to hot spaces, but you actually put specific places where the item, whether it be a piece of text or whether it be an image. So rather than it going to a specific region, it goes to an actual spot. And once it lands in the right spot, then it changes colour. So here we're actually dragging the numbers in order around the spiral. And then when it's complete, obviously move on to the next activity within that application. And here we're dragging the labels to the image to indicate what fraction it is. The media app essentially allows you to put up to 20 items of media onto the background, and then you can add a question around the outside, or you could add questions within the actual media app as objects. Now this one, for some reason my video isn't appearing, but you can see that you can have video and images, and the students can just move these around. It's a great way of exploring the content they've got. I'm not sure why sometimes the preview app doesn't actually work. So that's media. It's very simple. Multiple choice allows you to ask a question and then use images or text objects around the question, and then the students need to drag the answers actually into the middle. So in this example, it's beginning sounds again, and if you could hear the audio, it actually asked the question of which one has the same beginning sound as the question in the middle. So the students can drag this around and rotate it based on where they're sat on the actual table. And obviously the beginning sound is H for horse. So because there's two students set up to work at this table, they both have to agree on the answer and drag in the hat. So here's another question with text. If you type text, it will appear in these little bubbles, and the question asks to complete the fraction shown, which is 3/5. So again, both students need to drag the answer in. Now when you're actually on the table, it will respond to these these bubbles being in the right area, and then it will move on, say you're right, and give you the next question. If you get it wrong, you actually spit the bubbles or the images back out again. Paint allows you to have up to 20 backgrounds added onto the table, and then once they're loaded, the students can draw over them. Again, this one doesn't actually work in preview, but you can see these are the images added, and the students can draw with their fingers as many lines as they want to around the image. So here they're going to complete this activity by drawing the M for Matt all around, and they all get a chance to actually do that. They can then move on to the next, and here they get to write the full word by themselves. Again, follows through like this. Narrow it down is one of the newest activities where the students actually ask questions about the contents, kind of like that game Guess Who. I'm not sure if you guys had that in the US. Perhaps I'll preview it to show you what it's like. Comes up with the number of different themes that you want. So we'll go with the animal theme. First thing you need to do is spin the needle, and it will land on a person. They then choose an animal. They pick an animal, or pick one of the cards that they want to be the card they're going to be using. The other person hides their eyes, and then by asking questions as a team, they have to try and work out what the answer is. So, you know, they might say, "Does it have wings?" And then the person with who's picked the card says yes. So the other team members know that they can chuck away the animals that don't have wings, and then they all have to agree on it. So once one person's chucked these away, this other person that's sat here has to check this box and say, "Yep, I agree. They're all for the bin." And then they might ask another question: Is the bird black? And they might say no. So chuck the crow away, and then they're left with the duck, which they know is the right answer. The last application is image reveal. You can't actually do a preview of image reveal, and when you choose to customize it, it will actually open in its own browser. But I can explain to you how it works by really showing the question preview. So what you do is, you can imagine the students sit around the table here. A question comes up with 3 choices, and they all choose A, B or C. It can be images or text. If they get the question right, then a piece of the background square actually disappears and reveals an image behind it. Now the task is to reveal parts of the image up to a point when they know what the image is, and then when the image appears, perhaps it's a picture of a dog or something like that, a question will come and say what's the image in the background, and they again choose the answer that they think it is. So you can see in this customization area here that you can add different subjects, and within the subject you're adding social studies, science, math, you have a number of questions, and in these questions you can add your answers and choose what the correct answer is, and you can have extra hidden images that will appear actually in the background.